All right, welcome back. So we have a quick story with I think you mentioned it briefly there, but I'm gonna get your take on this viral story. Party chaos. Wike exposes Makinde in PDP fallout. You mentioned Wike for something else, but this one is about PDP. And I'm looking at a report on Punch News, Punch Nigeria News, and it says the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. Nyesom Wike has pulled out of all reconciliation agreements previously reached within the People's Democratic Party, accusing the key party leaders of betrayal, dishonesty, and serial violations of mutual understandings. In a statement issued on Sunday, Wike traced the roots of the PDP's internal turmoil of the aftermath of the 2023 general elections, lamenting what he described as a steady decline into dishonesty and lack of trust amongst its key stakeholders. And I quote, since after the 2023 general election, the PDP has been wantonly swinging from one part of the slippery precipice to another, Wike said, noting that several efforts had been made to arrest the pernicious virus of dishonesty and treachery. Wike, a former governor of Rivers State and a key member of the influential G5 group, blamed Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State for sabotaging reconciliation efforts, accusing him of being the architect of our problems. I made it clear to the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, that he was the architect of our problems, pointing out to him that non-adherence to agreement reached was the bane of the party and that he was the chief culprit of this anomaly, Wike stated. He disclosed that during a G5 meeting in Lagos, the governors had resolved to bury the hatchet and move forward. This was followed by a broader meeting in Abuja at Senator Bukola Saraki's guest house, involving other top PDP figures, including governors Bala Mohammed, Umaru Finitri, and Makinde alongside
Umaru
Saraki.
Fintiri.
Yeah, Finitri. According to Wike, the Abuja meeting yielded a set of clear resolutions, including recognitions of Senator Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary in line with the Supreme Court judgment, the withdrawal of all court cases relating to the River State by the party's national legal advisor, and an end to cases about state of emergency in Rivers. But Wike said the resolutions were quickly and brazenly violated even before the Saraki-led Reconciliation Committee could begin its work. To my chagrin, Seyi Makinde had connived with Peter Mba of Enugu State to orchestrate the summoning of the meeting of so-called Southeast leaders to recommend that if Ude Okoye was not adopted as secretary, they would pull out of the PDP, he alleged. Wike also accused party officials of attempting to sideline Anyanwu by presenting the deputy national secretary as acting national secretary and using a letter from him to call for a national executive committee meeting. Moves Wike said were, and I quote, in complete violation of the agreement reached. He cited an incident on May 24, 2025 in Jos, where a PDP zonal elective congress was aborted because INEC refused to attend. The reason, he said, was because of the letter of invitation was signed by the Deputy National Secretary, not the duly recognized National Secretary. This is undeniably distasteful, provocative, and annoying, to say the least, Wike declared. Did you have enough, sir? This is Punch Nigeria News. Did you have
That's
enough to
right.
speak to? All
Oh,
right.
sure. And I'm familiar with the background to the entire uh, Ferrari and face-off. Um, I would set out by saying that we must approach disagreement or alleged disagreement between Wike and Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State with some measure of cynicism. I mean, yes, in politics, you will find all kinds of strangers massing together, coming together as if, oh, they have genuine common interest, philosophies, and ideology. But at some point, if those binding issues that is forming the basis for the association of friendship or cooperation is genuine, you will see through. But in this roller coaster journey, each time former Governor Wike, now FCT Minister, would always struggle to present to us the whole, as if the whole thing did not play out before our very eyes. We want to regale us with salacious details of, oh, this is his own version, his own epistle concerning the events that we all are familiar with. So, embracing his narrative, no matter how compelling it may stand, embracing such narrative from Wike is something that must be done with an high degree, an high measure of caution. Because no matter how he tries to reinvent himself, no matter the take of Governor Seyi Makinde, Governor Seyi Makinde is somebody you must acknowledge is not particularly effusive, but he is also a politician. He would be as cunning and foxy like Wike. That is a commonality that anybody must spot concerning every political operative, every political gladiator. So that is a common denominator for most politicians, that these people are old foxes. The facade they first present is always different from the substance that is in their belly, that is deeply ensconced in their minds. So that said, whatever he is saying now, pulling back, whether the call or the prayer or the advice to the Southeastern Caucus of the People's Democratic Party to distance themselves from Senator Anyanwu as the so-called bona fide secretary of the party. If he is saying that Seyi Makinde was the one who instigated the Eastern Caucus from firmly rejecting Anyanwu, we all are not privy to the details of whatever transpired between all of them. As far as we are concerned, Seyi Makinde, Wike were well-known, prominent arrowheads of the G5 individuals, the 5 governors who did everything to bifurcate the People's Democratic Party and weaken its position going into the 2023 presidential elections. You will concede one fact. For the winning party, APC, that is touting all its might today as having done wonders, gone to where nobody has ever gone concerning Nigerian democracy, won with just a total of 8 million plus votes. The first runner-up on that race, Atiku Abubakar of PDP, garnered about 6.8 million votes. And the third person, or the second runner-up, as the case may be, Mr. Peter Obi, got about 6.2 or thereabout million votes. So it's not as if the gap between all these people was in any way confounding or astonishing like that. I mean, you would see that if PDP had gone into the race, maintaining a united front, with or without the cooperation or alliance of Peter Obi's Labour Party, probably PDP would have won. All those remain in the realm of conjectures now. there was a clear road that ought to have been taken that was not taken. So whether we are tapping into Greek legend or myth, some things were not done. And Icarus, flying too close with its waxed wing to the sun, crashed to the ground. So it never reached its destination. And that is the lesson for PDP, even as it is now. All I'm seeing here is a man who is working for an undisclosed interest. And that undisclosed interest, being the X factor, is it personal anger? Is it a recruit for
the Ox?
Yes. I mean, is this some? Is it like a mole? Is it like somebody who is in the pack of a PDP faithfuls to scuttle things, to continue to eternally weaken them so that the ruling party can always have the upper hand? We may not be able to say, but from his antecedents, you never know where he stands on anything, because all those times that he was happening on Southern agenda, that was the something. But when Atiku Abubakar emerged as the flag bearer of People's Democratic Party, from what we later gathered, Wike did everything. He was so desperate to come on that ticket as the running mate. But when he was snubbed and spited, unfortunately, Okowa, the then governor of Delta State, was picked as a promising knight in a shining armor. What has Okowa done ultimately? Okowa too has shown that he is not different from Nyesom Wike. Ultimately, he came almost like Brutus backknifing Julius Caesar. And like I told you, from what Tunde Fagboyegu told me, that joke from his old literature teacher while in high school, said, "With the dinner one of Brutus." So Brutus, you two, you are amongst them. Too brutal. So you will be surprised that there are so many prospective undertakers willing to make sure that PDP is destroyed. Starting from a man I really respect a lot, but I disapprove of this kind of politics. Olusegun Obasanjo, who tore his membership card of People's Democratic Party. Since then, and you know this, the spiritual and physical symbolism of what Obasanjo did. He really went for the soul of that party. So if the party is in a free fall, how about Goodluck Jonathan? You never can tell where he belongs. Yet we know he is supposed to be a strong PDP Iroko. I do not know why Nigerians do not like to maintain strong institutions. Even if everybody is going to reject PDP for being a legacy political party in Nigeria, I do not think that it benefits the history of that country to see the party wither up so soon.
Let's round this up. But I have a question for you, real quick, sir.
Thank you.
Maybe Nigerians, maybe they don't. Maybe the credibilities of these guys are intact. Anytime they jump ship or they are inconsistent, maybe their credibility, after all, in the eyes of Nigerians are intact. What do you think about that?
It is not true that their credibility is intact. I mean, people talk of religious adultery, and I've told you how our revered political icon, Chifare Fashionati, told me, and condemned situations of political harlotry and prostitution. All that they are doing is nothing other than that. And The delusion is there that, oh, Wike is strong. He deludes himself that he is strong. There may be something good about him, but honestly, I see him as a form of Eshubeleke.
Hey, that's you
That
seeing
man,
him that way. My
yeah,
question was
that's
if
yeah.
Nigerians see it that way.
Most Nigerians probably say
People
have
may
their character analysis of
people
him.
may argue that you have been westernized, you're Americanized. They may argue
It's
that.
not. It's not also true because if you take my Americanity away from what we are saying, the Yoruba person will tell you that our lady, they see it as politics, but it's been. I mean, it is a kind of irresponsible conduct to flip flop, never maintain a solid ground on any political conviction or principle. That in itself is alien to the politics of our land. The last time somebody behaved like this, it led to the truncation of Nigeria's first republic. People may be clapping for Wike today. Oh, is this, is that? A willing tool in the hands of those who feel like, oh, Nigeria should be concentrating its efforts on a kind
Right.
of, you have seen the fixation of people like Gandoje with the idea of a one-party state saying, oh, Chebi, China did it, it's okay. Is China the best place on the face of the earth? Why is it
Well,
that the
let's
African person cannot maintain his own identity and uniqueness? That said, I hope something will nudge their conscience to understand that we do not have to willingly take the tools to want to bury this democracy. No, we deserve better than that.
all right. Let's leave it in the hands of the audience. Let them ponder on that. Let's know what you think about that. Um, I don't know. My question, I feel like, is broader than that, but let's leave it alone. Hit the like button, share, subscribe,
If
and
no,
follow.
if you think I did not answer your question
Uh,
adequately, let me know, and I will
no,
address
we'll
it.
come back. We don't finish the stories. We don't finish the stories. So we're running out of time.
Good,
We
good.
don't ever finish the story. So let's move on to Mr. Trump. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. We'll be right back. We have some other trendy stories. We'll be right back.